Weird Tech Part 3. This product is called the WeHead, and it's just weird.
Bro, my name is James. I'm your bro, remember? We used to hang out back in the day in Jersey. How could you forget your bro's name? It's all good though, bro. I got you back.
There are two ways you can use this product. The first way is by talking to a floating AI head like it's a person.
What do you think about humans?
Humans. As a performance executive coach, I've had the opportunity to work with many incredible individuals, and I must say, I find humans fascinating.
But if that's too creepy for you, it gets worse. You can put your own face on the screen to attend in-person meetings virtually. And this thing isn't cheap either. It costs $4,950. For that price, you could just buy a car and go into work. So will you spend your money on the WeHead, or do you think it's useless?
We'll hit the gym together and I'll design a custom workout plan just for you, bro.
Yeah, I hope. Fuck yeah. That was sick.
Hello, Optimus. How are you? Why are you not talking to me? Hello? Hello?
Look at her over there pressuring him. And the sad part, he over there ready to risk it all. Optimus' girlfriend probably crazy. She better bag up.
The era of conversational AI is coming very quickly. We just got two great examples this week. Let me show you them. First big example this week was from Character AI. It's now adding voice to these text-based personas, so you can have full-on conversations with these chatbots, which are AI powered, in order to have a friend or get advice. And all you need is 10 seconds of audio. Check it out.
Hi, it's so nice to finally meet you. What's your name?
That's a beautiful name. What do you think of my voice?
Imagine if you've been spending months texting with these characters and now you can add a voice to them. It must be like having a character come out of the screen and actually start to interact with you. Very curious to see how people respond with you. Then this week we got the awesome O1 Lite product, which brings the vocal magic to any tech product in your life. What's so awesome about it is it connects to a variety of different apps and devices and allows you to speak to them anywhere in the world in order to get them to do something. So it's a bit like AI agents that you can ask them to check your email or the weather or have it do something for you. What's awesome is it's not just about commanding, it's about interacting through conversation in order to get things done, no matter where you're at. Both of these products are proving that the future of AI is not just about being smart, but being personal. My prediction this year is OpenAI will also jump into this game and release some kind of product, either wearable or device on your desk, that allows you to have voice conversations with its own AI, ChatGPT. What do you think? I'm a big fan of this kind of voice AI interactions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more AI news, trends, and tutorials.
If you ask me, they already experimenting, but who am I? Y'all feeling this concept? Will y'all still rock them even though you know they monitoring your brainwaves? I think it can be burned, it can be drowned, wherever it's
These people actually call shadow people on camera, and you need to watch this.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that?
Did y'all see that?
What? Oh, God!
Oh, no.
Mike? You're trying to shout. Watch. See that?
You see that figure? I definitely saw a figure standing there.
Fuck, tell me I'm gonna fucking crack you. Hell no.
Oh, no, I move out. I don't know if you can escape shadow people though. What? Imagine being home alone and that happened.
Say hi, Bernard. You know the
Hey, yeah, stuffed animal. Oh.
This is the third time I've come through. This is exactly how I've seen them. 3 times now.
OMG.
What is that?
Don't watch this video and go to sleep. Right
Who
after.
are you? I'm not gonna hurt you. Leave my lights alone.
Would you believe me if I told you that it's literally documented that they used to host seances at the White House? The White House is literally haunted. Franklin Pierce was the 14th president of the United States, and after he and his wife lost their son in a train accident, the wife became desperate for answers. That's when she invited the Fox sisters, who were like a family of mediums, to the White House to host a seance so that she can communicate with him again. And that's just the beginning, because it wasn't until the Lincolns moved in that hosting seances actually became a regular occurrence. It's documented that the Lincolns hosted as many as 8 seances while they were in office, and the White House was never the same after this. After Lincoln was assassinated, it's theorized that his soul got trapped inside the White House. So many people who have stayed at the White House have claimed to have seen Lincoln's ghost that he is officially known as the White House ghost. There's this story about Winston Churchill. So he's staying at the White House one night, and apparently one of his favorite ways to relax at night is to take a bath with a cigar and a glass of wine. So he's taking this bath in one of the White House suites, and he gets out butt naked in order to go and get one of his cigars. He goes into the next room to get a match, and to his surprise, he sees President Lincoln leaning on the fireplace mantle. And embarrassed and naked, Churchill goes, "Mr. President, you seem to have caught me at a disadvantage." Lincoln turns around, looks at him, chuckles, and then just disappears.
Hey, I hope that ghost really Abraham's. Cause I'd be shit if I was over here trying to hunt everybody and they giving all the credit to Abraham.
This lady just touched electricity and pulled it out of thin air on top of this mountain. It's an old video, but it's raw. Like, check this out. They say this high signs of lightning. Run. This is lightning. Be scared. And me personally, I don't think this energy is only accessible on the top of mountains or when a storm is coming. I feel like it's just amplified at this moment. So what's a sign when lightning is static? They tell you you should descend immediately from a mountain. Is if start to feel, hear, see any static or any crackling noise, this is going to include hair raising on the skin, run. But I feel like this is a natural energy in the ethers that flows across this whole planet, because if y'all don't know, this planet is made up of ley lines. The ley lines that go across this planet is the natural energy that these buildings and all of these old structures used to run off, the energy that Tesla was talking about, right? And the same ones they fly on with their airplanes and the flights, it all got to do with that, the gravitational pull and all these things, right? They say lightning is one of the greatest hazards to outdoor recreation in the summer. This is a whole article like explaining how to like take cover and basically reduce lightning exposure, I guess, right? But I got a theory. What if these power lines are grabbing at that electricity that's naturally in the ethers? And they say by definition the ethers is the air, the energy that's above the clouds, right? Basically the flow, this right here. Everything that's vibrating within the air, let's just say it like that, right? Or you put a definition up and say the upper regions of air beyond the clouds, right? That's where them CMEs and them and that radiation be hitting at. But it trickles down, because as above, so below, as within, so without. So when you see these lightning storms, and they still having blackouts in America in 2024. So if y'all think we a advanced civilization or a type 2, we ain't even type 2. We barely a type 1 civilization. And if y'all think we advanced or we growing, bro, we still having blackouts, bro. And it's not just because I feel like they do control it. Like, okay, if you live in a poverty neighborhood, you probably gonna have older lines and all that, but that should be cleaned up, bro. Your whole civilization should run in one accord. It shouldn't be split in half between rich and poor. Everybody should have functionability. You go to Vienna, Italy, or you go to different parts of the land, everybody living the same. They might all make under 20K, but they all really wealthy, bro. They eating real food, real earth, everything they need. Because this money thing is an illusion. We just need it because everything in America tax. Everything in the world costs, but in America they tax. So what if these power lines is grabbing at the energy in the ethers and cutting off our connection to this natural electricity that's in the air? That's just a conspiracy, but everywhere you see phone lines. And if these phone lines and this connectivity, and if you can get Wi-Fi anywhere, and if it was satellites up in the sky and space, how come as soon as you drive 1 hour out your city, your power goes off? You go 2 miles underground, no, not even 2 miles. You go 500 feet underground, your power, your reception is clapped. So free the planet, man, on chiefs and invaders on the land. And these anti-life beings is the same one that put these phone poles on every corner, bro. But maybe I'm crazy. TikTok is entertainment purposes only. Why was that lightning? Why was that electricity spawning out of thin air? Y'all leave it in the comments, man. Why was that happening? Give the scientific depth.
Hey, that mountain pretty cool. I wouldn't mind visiting a place like this. Let me know in the comments if you know somewhere like that.
Oh, now he don't want to get out.
Oh, bear.
Wow, he's big.
This car is trying to tell me something. When I put this battery on it, watch this. Did you hear that?
I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. Not just the men, but the women.
country has the largest immigrant population in the world. Argentina has a foreign-born population of 2.3 million. Netherlands has 2.4 million immigrants. Oman has 2.4 million immigrants. Switzerland has 2.5 million immigrants. Singapore has 2.5 million immigrants. Ivory Coast has 2.6 million immigrants. Japan has 2.8 million immigrants. Iran has 2.8 million immigrants. South Africa has 2.9 million immigrants. Hong Kong, China has 3 million immigrants. Huawei has 3.1 million immigrants. Pakistan has 3.3 million immigrants. Jordan has 3.5 million immigrants. Malaysia has 3.5 million immigrants. Thailand has 3.6 million immigrants. Kazakhstan has 3.7 million immigrants. India has 4.9 million immigrants. Ukraine has 5 million immigrants. Turkey has 6.1 million immigrants. Italy has 6.4 million immigrants. Spain has 6.8 million immigrants. Australia has 7.7 million immigrants. Canada has 8 million immigrants. France has 8.5 million immigrants. UAE has 8.7 million immigrants, and the United Kingdom has 9.4 million immigrants. Russian immigrant population, 11.6 million. Saudi Arabia has 13.5 million migrants. Germany has 15.8 million migrants. The United States has an immigrant population of 50.6 million.
I knew America would be number one, but I wasn't guessing 50 million. Some of these countries kind of surprised me. Like, who would try to go to the crane? Well, I guess you got to get in where you can sometimes.
Christ is coming. How many of you have been hearing that all over the internet now? It's true, Christ is coming, but Christ is not coming in just one singular person. Christ is within all of you because it is through your heart. Now, obviously, these are Western depictions of what Jesus Christ is, but there's always a painting or a mural of him pointing at his heart. And this is a direct allegory to how you can access your Christ consciousness, which is the consciousness of one, that we are all one, we are all a part of the same creation, divinity, and anybody can hold Christ consciousness, anybody can become like Jesus Christ. And I already get a lot of hate from Christians, but it is what it is. But think about it, within humanity, there is always a duality. Even the most evil people will do some good sometime. So that means every single one of us can access empathy, Christ consciousness, the heart, the law of one, understanding that all is one and that we all come from the same source. Whether you want to call it God, source, the universe, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Now, the dangers of thinking that Jesus Christ, this one singular person, is coming is that you're giving your power away. If you go into the victim-savior complex, which is, oh, humanity is doomed, we need a savior, oh, here comes Jesus Christ, repent. What are you really doing for yourself? What are you really doing for the collective? When you're sitting there like a victim, just hoping this one amazing person's gonna come through and save the whole of humanity. What people need to realize, whether you're religious or not, is you gotta save yourself. And in saving yourself, you will become a beacon of wisdom to hopefully help others save themselves. Do I believe Jesus Christ was a real person? He probably wasn't. I believe he is an allegory, a metaphor towards the true humanity within us. This is why empathy is associated with humanity. We are human. We have humanity in us. And even if Jesus Christ was a real person, I'm pretty sure there were many, many other people who had the same consciousness as him, and they were spreading the same types of philosophies. If you want to be a true, and I mean true devotee of Christ, which is Christ consciousness, learn how to empower yourself, learn how to save yourself, learn how to grow wisdom. And in that, you can become the beacon of light and help others as well. Stop waiting for some magical man that's going to fall down from the sky and be like, oh, you're forgiven. Forgiveness comes from shadow work and healing and forgiving yourself. And in my opinion, I believe a lot of religions were tampered with. The original religions, like the Gnostic teachings, never really taught this kind of stuff. I think the whole Jesus Christ victim, savior complex trope was written by the people in control to keep you stuck in your victimhood, to keep you obedient to something that may never actually happen. You gotta save yourself. That being said, if you're curious to learn more about true Christ consciousness, Gnostic Christian teachings, the truth of this matrix, what are fallen angels, what do these entities want from us, my book, Made in God's Image, is linked in my bio. I say everything on my book that I can't say on TikTok because I always get my videos taken down.
My daughter just woke up. My daughter just woke up screaming from from sleep just now and handed me a bat, and she has a bat. And now you're singing Ring Around the Rosie? Nah, where did you learn that? We don't sing that. Why do we have that? Why are you awake? Okay, what are these for? No, I don't got this. What do I got? You need to tell me what I'm looking at. I'm not ringing around shit, baby. You're scaring me.
I don't know what she knows that we don't today, but she's arming all the stuffed animals with knives.
Oh my god. Take it off, help him. Help him. Oh my god. Take it off.
Oh my
Yo, you might put your coat on, bro.
That's fine, let me take it off.
That's sick.
Oh my god.
Yo, that is gone.
Can I put it on?
Gonna put it on, bro? He's not gonna put it on. Bro, he's gonna put it on, bro. He's not gonna. Nah!
Oh my god.
Yo, that human.
Check this experiment out, guys. You're gonna want to see this, all right? This is rainwater versus tap water under an electrolysis machine, okay? If you don't know what an electrolysis machine is, what it does is it separates water molecules, which is hydrogen and oxygen. It breaks it down to a single molecule. Now, this is rainwater, and do you see what the tap water looking like, y'all? Do you guys see that? Let me ask you a question. Has your water been smelling funny lately? Like, it doesn't smell like chlorine or so, like rotten eggs. It smells like sewage. Has your water, it smells like this. It literally smells like that, y'all. Literally. So I don't believe in coincidences. Would you think it's far-fetched if they made a movie and told us that there's something in the water? This movie came out in 2019. And not only that, but there was a music festival called Something in the Water. And do you see the year 2020? This is when everybody was drinking the Corona beers. Remember that, y'all? Everybody was drinking Corona around that time. Everybody was getting Corona wasted. But yeah, Something in the Water in 2020. And it goes right back to this. Could this be the reason why in some states it's illegal to collect rainwater? Now, I don't trust rainwater. I'm still not going to collect rainwater because Lord knows what's going on with those with planes right now, because planes are falling and all kinds of things are falling out of the sky. So yeah, but do you guys see that? So I will say be careful, because that's just 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Imagine that on our body, y'all. And our skin is the biggest organ, so it absorbs everything we put on it. This is what we put on our body.
Ain't nothing wrong with that tap. Looking like a water fudge brownie float. I want to see that metal test though.
Crazy things caught on camera at an airport. These two airport employees can be seen running across these conveyor belts. These are the things in the basement of airports where all the luggage and stuff goes. But they're running fast because they just got called to an emergency at the airport. Basically, what happened was there was a family that was waiting to get their bags and stuff on the conveyor belt. And this little boy right here sneaks away from his family, gets on the baggage carrier belt thing, and all this security cam footage, you can see this kid right here. He's literally riding through this airport with all the luggage, but they have to get to him before it goes through this luggage sort thing, which could really hurt him. This is super dangerous. You're gonna see him go by right here too. Whoop! Here he comes. So the employees are trying to track this guy down. You can see they were able to grab him off the belt before he went into this big machine that separates all the luggage. It could have been horrible, but luckily.
It ain't one grown man that ain't looked at a conveyor and thought,
is anybody looking? I want to ride that. No diddy.
He basically had the courage to do what most of us think about.
These cell phones are turning people into zombies. You don't believe it yet? How many times you walk down the street and looked at people on their cell phones? They don't even say hi to you. They don't look up. They don't even know you're there because they're into their cell phones. Cell phone zombies. They did studies back in 2017 telling people that cell phones causes anxiety, depression, and stress, but they keep making brand new cell phones. I wonder why. So many people ask, what is the Matrix and how do it operate? The Matrix is exactly what's going on right now. The Matrix shapes and molds every reality. So these cell phones is our new reality. Welcome to the Matrix. First we had TVs. Now we have cell phones. These cell phones are shaping and molding our minds to want to be and live a certain way. Never forget that the Matrix is always doing a software upgrade. First they had radios, newspapers, TVs. Now they got cell phones. Project Bluebeam is next. Sad thing about social media is this. People only post and record the good things in their life. They never show the bad side. I wonder why. These cell phones and social media platforms, they only want people to see the good side, the thumbs ups and the hearts. But what's really going on behind the scene? People are stressed and depressed because of likes and not getting hearts. There's so many studies and made documentaries about Facebook, Instagram, all these things, but people are still using it. Why? Because they are addicted to it. We have more studies. If you can do a detox and a fast when it comes to food and certain things you eat, you can do a social media detox. It's needed. The real question is, are we using technology or is technology using us? It seems like we are the new slaves to technology. A lot of our issues is now connected to social media and all these virtual reality games. They're removing us from nature into a prison that we can't see. But it's all about me. We are becoming mental slaves. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Do you get it yet?
Hey, I can definitely see this. Them cell phones glued to people's hand. I bet 75% of y'all watching this can't even get up and go to the restroom without grabbing your cell phone first. If you want to mold and control a mind, we holding the key to destruction right there in our hands.
Filmmaker Woody Allen. This case involves a handful of people and quite a few twists and turns, so if you're unfamiliar with Woody Allen, be sure to buckle your seatbelt. In 1980, Woody started dating a woman named Mia. Just a year before that, in 1979, Mia was ending her marriage with a man named Andre. Mia and Andre had kids together. Mia and Andre also adopted another young girl named Soon Yi. Soon Yi was an abandoned child in her home country, so when she was put up for adoption, they had to do bone scans to try to determine her age. The bone scans determined that she was between 5 and 7 years old. Mia and Andre mentioned that there were a few bumps in the road when they were adopting Soon Yi, but she finally made it to America. Mia and Andre's divorce was finalized, and they had to deal with the whole custody agreements and arrangements for the kids. Fast forward to 1980 when Mia starts dating Woody. Woody decides to adopt 2 of Mia's adopted children, one named Dylan and another Moses. Mia and Woody also had one of their own biological children together. One day in 1992, Mia finds nude photos of Soon Yi in Woody's house. Woody was about 56 years old, and in the photo, Soon Yi would have been around 21. Soon Yi and Woody admit to Mia that they had been having an affair. The pictures that Mia found of Soon Yi were taken just the day before, and 2 weeks after the finding would be the first time that Soon Yi and Woody become intimate. Of course, Mia breaks up with Woody. Now this is where people start speculating, because Woody had been in Soon Yi's life since she was a young girl. So was there some sort of going on, or did this just happen naturally? Of course, I don't want my video getting taken down, but you could imagine some of the things people were thinking and saying about where the relationship stood and how early these things could have started. This is exactly what Soon Yi said about her relationship with Allen. Woody was never a father figure to me, and I never had any sort of dealings with him. Soon Yi also said that they didn't have any sort of conversations. The first time they had like a friendly exchange was when she was in 11th grade and she hurt her ankle while playing soccer. Woody offered to give her a ride to school. Almost immediately after Soon Yi got that ride to school from Woody, he started taking her to Knicks games. A lot of people are thinking that this was just morally wrong. It was wrong for her to have an affair with her adopted mother's boyfriend. But because she would have been about 21 at the time of their relationship, they're both consenting adults, and there's no problem in that. Minus the fact that he had been in her life since she was a young girl, and it just seems kind of strange. It seems like it came almost as a natural instinct to a lot of people to believe that Woody was Soon Yi as a child, but they didn't have any sort of evidence to fully say he definitely did that. Until 1992, when Dylan, Mia's adoptive daughter that Woody later adopted, came forward and said that Woody had been S.A.ing her. She was only 7 years old at the time. Woody said that this was a lie, that it never happened, and Mia was just trying to get back at him for having the affair with Soon Yi. Dylan was sent to the Child S.A. clinic of Yale's New Haven Hospital to get tests run on her. It was determined that Dylan was not SA'd, and she was coached into saying these things. They believe that Mia coached Dylan into saying these things after the discovery of the affair. There's a documentary and a ton of details out there. Woody was never charged with anything. Dylan is a grown woman, and she still says that the SA did occur. Woody and Soon-Yi's relationship continued to thrive, and they have 2 children together. Do you think that this was just a morally incorrect relationship, or do you think there was more going on behind the scenes?
If you're still questioning whether the Earth is flat or round, let me just introduce you to this star called Polaris that literally never moves. That's right, the North Star Polaris is stationary. It literally never moves once. This is because the Earth is flat and stationary like it says in the Bible. This is the true Hebrew cosmology biblical representation of the universe. Now, the North Pole on the flat Earth model is directly at the center, which means the North Star Polaris would be directly above in the center of the firmament. Now, it says in scripture that the sun goes in a circuit, right? And it rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race, right? So the sun, moon, and stars actually move in this circuit type fashion, going around like a racetrack. Now, if the North Star Polaris is right here at the center where the North Pole is, that means it wouldn't really have a circuit to go in because it's directly at the center, which is why it appears like this and it never moves, which would be literally impossible if we were traveling 600 million miles through space each year. This is a big fairy tale lie to get you away from the truth that's in the scriptures. Fear before him all the earth. The world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. The world also established, that it cannot be moved. Right? The earth has foundation. We are the center of the Most High's creation. We're not on a spinning ball. We're not a little speck in this vast universe.
I'm sorry, but what the hell is happening at Mount Everest? There is no way. So, I'm sure you're all aware Mount Everest is, well, the tallest mountain, and for some reason people want to climb it. I would not want to do that. And also, not to mention, this is probably one of, if not the most dangerous thing that anybody on Earth can do. Now, back in the day, of course, it used to be very select individuals who would actually climb Mount Everest. Not everybody could just do it. There was lots of things that went into it to enable you to actually be able to do it, and like I say, you had to be very professional, and it was very selective. It's just gradually got more and more popular to now where everyone and their flipping grandma and their cousins all want to climb it. Why? But anyway, that's what's caused this problem right here. So, take a look at this photo here. Yeah, and no, this is not Rainbow Valley, which is all dead bodies, but I mean, it could be. Essentially, there is now traffic jams up Mount Everest. What the hell? So this photo right here was taken 3 years ago, but apparently this is still ongoing to today. So right now at Mount Everest, there is a flipping queue to get to the top. I'm sorry, mate, you're not at a theme park. You're not at a theme park, you're climbing a mountain which could kill you. And you get there and you have to wait for everyone else to get up the top, take their little pictures, oh wow, look around, and then come back down and have your turn. Honestly, they might as well open a flipping fast track lane up there and charge people for a lightning path so they can get up there first. And while they're at it, they might as well just open Disneyland up there, sure.
I like the hype, but I don't think I'll be waiting in line for Mount Everest where people done perished.
The demise.
The Aztecs didn't build a single pyramid. The Olmecs did. And the indigenous in Mexico and South America, they know what's up.
Check this out. They found it.
They did not build this. The Aztecs, they found it. They found it. 600 years later. Who built this?
It's a good question. Nobody knows exactly. 80% experts, they mentioned the previous guys.
Civilization before that.
So Olmecs, the oldest, the modern culture, the people in Mexico, Aztec, Mayas, Toltecs, Zapotecs, and many more, they believe it. That Olmecs was the number one. Was the Olmecs that's in the coast, in Veracruz, and it's a native culture.
Boom. It was said the Olmecs built the pyramids there, and that's known by the natives. Well, excuse me, that's known by the indigenous from that land, right? The originals of that land. And it's this common factor when you go overseas, right? Of folks knowing about their history and knowing where they from. I was just talking to this brother, and he from Scotland, and I was at work, and he was saying the people in the UK, the brothers, the black people in the UK know where they're from, they know what country they're from, they know where they reside. And he was saying like how it's people that think they Native Americans here.
And he's saying this. He was like, oh, it's a lot of folks who think they native. They think they Native Americans out here, and this and that, and this and that. And not to take from nobody culture or nothing, but when you got people calling us pretendians and saying we trying to steal culture and all that, folks that's from other parts of the world, they can see America for their bush. And they know that these lies are being sold at a mass level. Now, why do I say that? There's a common factor of people overseas knowing more about us than us. Knowing what we did. He probably knows more. He just probably doesn't. He's probably been told not to go into detail fully. Because when somebody is from a land and they're saying what happened, that's more evident than somebody just on the internet giving a theory or just an outside researcher. There's always independent researchers. This is how this information even get out. But you search up Aztecs and Mayans and this is what pops up, bro. Cannibalism and all of this, bro. You can get all this unnecessary that likes to pop up. I'm not saying this didn't happen. You had people, human eating tribes in America and all that. That didn't have nothing to do with the organic beings. That was that mixed bloodline. That was that genetics. That was that split. That was that mixing. That was that evil gene, wherever that came from. And it don't got no skin color to it. But it's some type of spirit that came on this planet that had people going crazy. You feel me? And you gotta think about it. It was probably, man, the air was probably way more spiritually in tune back then. Just the atmosphere, everything was just different. So I was talking to the brother from Scotland and he was like, yeah, bro, we know y'all indigenous to America. We know. We know y'all from that part of the land. And when you go other places, they know who you are too. This whole world depends on your ignorance. So just remember that, bro. When you think everything is a theory, a conspiracy theory, everything is, it's real scientists figuring out shit every day. Oh, these people are originally Mongoloid. Oh, these people are originally this. They from here. The research is out there. So folks that like to bathe in ignorance or bathe in cognitive dissonance because it ruins your reality, and you want to fight back with like, oh, well, like with insults, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who fights back logic and proof and research with insults, you know where their intelligence is at. Intelligent being from the Caribbean and an intelligent man from Australia can connect with each other. But anybody with ignorance, of course you're going to conflict over skin color or race or some dumb shit like that. But when it comes to the truth, bro, as long as you not simply practicing ignorance, you can have an understanding. I could talk to anybody, bro. So yeah, the Olmecs built these pyramids, man. And if you ain't know, the Olmecs is niggas or the Nagas of the land. And how come you see the same type of statues everywhere? Olmecs built them pyramids. That means some other Olmec type niggas built them temples in China, and that mean the Olmecs built the Mayan calendar, all that.
Have you ever wondered how they know when there's going to be an eclipse? I mean, there must be a pattern, right? So it's pretty easy to figure out. I'm going to give it to you right here, right now. Pretty much every 18 years, approximately, the same eclipse you just saw will duplicate itself in a very close proximity to the one that happened 18 years prior. They go through a cycle called the Saros cycle, which is about 18 years. Each time there's a 120-degree movement, and also there's 120 Saroses in a 2,160-year astrological age cycle. These are the astrological ages that we've lived through spanning the Adamic timeline. The number of days for the Saros cycle also being interesting, tying into the 7-day creation theory, 1 day as 1,000 years. Also, 3 Saros cycles is considered an exoligmos. Aside from signs, it's math and music, it's nodes and notes, the cosmic celestial dance. Also, the eclipse is the Vesica Pisces symbols as you see here, which you also see encoded into many landscapes, such as the Vatican or Washington, D.C., which also has other cryptic meanings, like the Christian fish Ichthys symbol being contained within, as well as the cryptic number 153 from the Jesus verse as you see here, also relating to fish. This eclipse Vesica Pisces symbol also being seen on the MasterCard logo, but the space in the middle is believed to be a birth symbol or a womb or a matrix. There's lots of weird rituals that happen during these times, and also a very weird monolith thread. Also, the neutrino flux of the sun is 6666, and there appears to be very large shifting of energies and portals possibly being opened during eclipse times. Possible effects on the body, on technology, and even the spirit. I'm sure you already know about the Ninevehs and the Aleph Tav crossing pattern. And with all the sun solar flare pumping predictive programming, it would be the perfect time for elites to make a move. Blackout and internet blackout propaganda and blame it on the sun. Either way, there's always hope in the Son of God. And our old friend Shemesh, the sun, shows us the infinity symbol and the analemma all the time to remind you.
Russia opened up its vaults and come to find out Jesus was black and everyone that controlled the world back in the biblical days was black. Are we even surprised by this? Remember, black people are the children of the sun. The sun gave birth to us. So if the sun been here for millions of years, we've been here for millions of years. The real question is, why all of a sudden, why do they want to open their vaults and let everyone know that black people really control this world? All religions and all spiritual teachings actually came from the sun. And since we are children of the sun, we are the ones that gave this message to the rest of the world. That's why they say Jesus was the sun. Not S-O-N, but S-U-N. They tried to tell you in small little details. The people that's in control of the Matrix right now, they made these fake laws, but they knew that they only had 6,000 years to get it right. So they're opening up these vaults because their time is up and the guys is now returning. This is just the beginning. There's more knowledge that's going to come out and people are not going to be able to handle it because they used to the world being ran a certain way and by certain people. I want people to really think about this though, because a lot of things are about to be exposed. But if black people controlled the world back then and all the prophets was black people, how did we end up in slavery? How did we just end up as athletes, basketball players, and entertainers when we actually controlled everything? What happened? Remember, everything has an order in the universe, and we came here to deliver a message to the rest of the people. Remember, we come from higher dimensions, and our purpose was to leave our dimension, come down here and teach the younger generations, but we started breaking our own laws. Once we started breaking our own laws, we actually became enslaved by other black people. Remember, just because they look like you, it don't mean they're for you. But they say every skin folk is not your kinfolk. But once we started breaking universal law, other black people overstood the law and they would sit back and watch us break the laws. So once we broke the laws, they said, shit, we can now enslave them. 2024 is going to end everything. We're going to go from being basketball players, entertainers, all this other nonsense, and we're going to go back to being teachers of the sun so we can teach other generations on this planet. Remember, the vibrations of this planet is picking up and we have to be the teachers once again. Well, don't be surprised when you see more activity above your heads and these UFOs actually land. And when a spacecraft open up, you're going to see a bunch of black people walking around. We actually control everything. And the reason why this world is so messed up right now is because we are not controlling everything no more. But that's about to change.
Oh snap, they done unlocked the vault. What y'all think this all about?
Just made a post on X and it said orange is the new lemon. No, y'all probably like, what does that mean? It's a code that I'm finna show y'all. Now if you type in orange is the new lemon inside of a gematria calculator, you would get this. And you see now orange is the new lemon, it equals to this number right here, 1,485. Keep that number in mind. And now if you look up what them numbers mean in gematria, it means the second coming of Christ. You see right there, 1,485. Now when you see him posting stuff like this, do it not make your head itch? Mr. E, my boy, what you know that we don't know? And then we also got to take in the fact of all the biblical events that's been taking place. Even had recent dreams personally saying the same thing. All I'm saying, gang, is watch the signs. They in your face.
What y'all think Elon meant by this X post? Let me know in the comments what y'all think.
We just had 3 huge X flares back to back in less than 24 hours. These are called X6 flares, and the last time we had these were in 2017, which when we first entered the 7-year tribulation. Now this has sparked things in the air, literally, and now the military's getting activated, y'all. They're talking about something big's coming within 2 to 3 months. Check this out.
Hey guys, quick update, man. What's been happening lately? So with all the solar eclipse and the stuff that's going on over there with NATO going into Ukraine. This morning I just got the email, man. I just got the email, guys. I got activated, man. I got activated, and I'm gonna put out as much information as I can about where I'm going, what I'm gonna be doing, and stuff like that. But it's classified. I had to sign an NDA and all that. So I definitely will be able to post some videos of what I'm working on physically, where I'm gonna be at and stuff like that. But I just can't say too much. So listen, things are getting real. Whether it's for the eclipse or not, you should be preparing for what will come. Things are not going to get better from here on in. Make sure you stock up on water and supplies. There's already 4 states that are saying to stock up the 3 months worth of supplies as far as water and anything else that you need. So with that being said, stock up, be ready, man. I'm ready. Like I said, I got the email. I'm headed out here shortly. I got a couple things to pack up and get ready to go. My family's gonna be well taken care of while I'm out there. It's going down, guys. Something is coming down. Something's gonna happen with the next 2 months. I'm saying 2 to 3 months. Something's gonna happen for sure. I mean behind, but it's something I have to do. Make sure that you guys get ready and do what you gotta do, prepare and all that. Be ready and stay tuned. I'm gonna be putting as much videos as I can